Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? METAGAMESGX here. Thank you all for waiting so kindly. We are back from Providence, guys. New month. New me, you know how it be. We're gonna talk here. Let me switch over. Really should have the Pokemon theme on this one, but we don't. How's everyone doing? METAGAMESGX here. We are live, and like I mentioned, we are back from Providence. Let me put this down a little bit. We're back from Providence. And Providence was a fun time. We competed. We saw, we brought Brandon. And yeah, so we're going to talk about the tournament experience, the meta, because I did not top, but I want to talk about the build because I thought it was actually a really good build for what it was. Brandon's just one of those decks is, if you misplay once this format, you are kind of cooked, and that's kind of what happened to me after not having, you know, the most physical testing that I would have wanted to. Like, I didn't play much DB or ranked, or I was really just doing a lot of testing within circles and theorying, so I went to have a good time. I didn't really expect to have for the event to be too crazy. We did pick up some pretty good pickups though, so I'll show you guys that after we talk about the tournament. Then we're gonna play some Master Duel, which is gonna be really funny after I have a huge conversation about how I need to start grinding more DB basically, because that's like my what happens after every event. I'm like, huh, This would have went a lot better if I had, you know, grinded like DB or even YGO Omega on some level. But the issue is with these YCSs is that it's always like the first week of a format, so none of these simulators have the format. So it's annoying for testing in that regard, right? So what's up, Unlucky Lucci? What's up, Magic Geek? What's up, Baby Otter? What's up, RJ? What's up, Blood Runner? Finally, the Witchcrafter stream, says GZ1K. If we have time today, we will do that. We might have to do that next stream. The hype is real, says Uxum. How's it going, Uxum? If I can get to it, definitely will. I do want to also do some... Yes, I need to know how we did in Providence. So yeah, no, I had some actually pretty good games, honestly, in Providence. Like, the games I did play. So I think it might be interesting to go over the deck list, and while I talk about it, I guess, a little bit, so we're going to do that. I'm going to have to use my webcam, though. We're going to have to do a little... a little... improv here. So... Twitch finally stopped tweaking. Let's go. He's back and he's live. No vanity. So, GZ, if you want to send me a deck list that I should use for the Witchcrafters too, I'd appreciate it. If you have a deck list you want me to use, or if you just want me to like find a deck list. Yeah, so how's it going, Card Limits? What's up, No Vanity? Nice to see you, King. Blazing Branded King, No Vanity in the chat. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the YCS. I guess I'll pull up the top 64 while I prepare getting this other the card perspective, because obviously Mitsurugi won YCS Providence, and Charlie Fudge, my bad. And he was on Mitsurugi Ryzeal, which, you know, we were covering this deck the moment the new Mitsurugi support got announced, and I kind of said it has the potential to be the best deck in the room. What surprised me was seeing Fiendsmith Ryzeal in the finals with Shunping Zhu. There was a lot that happened this YCS, though, so we're going to talk about the results, then we're going to go into my deck list. Actually, we'll talk about results, prize support, and then we're going to go into my deck list and matchups, guys. So, once again, I appreciate everyone checking out the stream. This was pretty interesting. I mean, you know, it's essentially, you know, like, look at this top 64: Mitsurugi, Ryzeal, Malice, Mitsurugi, Crystron with Steven Santoli. I feel like it definitely helps that live twin or top 16, you know, Blue Eye, Malice, Mitsurugi, 2 deck, and that's kind of gonna happen, you know. Malice, a lot of people did always read better than under Malice, that, you know, the fact that, you know, Malice does not lose to Droll whatsoever. So, you know, when that is the case, it stands out to me that, you know, it works out for me. And I did want to mention also, how did I not have Evil Twin also in my top rogue decks? That's probably my biggest oversight on that list, because every other deck on this top 32, by the way, was on my rogue tier list, by the way, guys. Like, I mean, besides, I guess, the Heraldic Ryzeal, but, you know, I didn't want to I didn't want to, like, include Ryzeal for a reason. I thought Ryzeal, Mitsurugi, and Malice would be the most represented decks, and they were. But you saw some, like, pure Protos with Sharks, Heraldic Hand Rip, and then also just like the Mitsurugi build, like the Kamal Crooks build, which I found interesting because one of my viewers had lost to him round 1, and he was like, yo, Kamal Crooks hand loop me. I'm like, oh, nice. And yeah, here's the Ouroboros. You know, you can loop it with Twins of the Eclipse if you really want to. He's also using the Dragoulion to rank 8 into the Tachyon, so you can actually go into the Ryzeal engine through the Mitsurugi engine a lot easier, which to me never really, I don't know. I don't think you necessarily need that, but I did see him do it on stream, so. Sean Killian on round 4, and he was on Malice, and that was like my biggest mistake because I ended up misplaying game 2, which cost me an opportunity to go game 3 against him. Like I talked with him afterwards, and you're just like, yeah, you definitely had game if you just waited to Sanctifier until he made a link, because, you know, even if he has the set, you know, banish trap, like he can't do that until he makes a link. So I mean, I guess he could like link 3 into ransom, and then that's why I'm just like, I don't know, I feel like I played it okay, but we'll talk about that when I get the list. I really am not too, I mean, I showed you guys the list on the video, right? So it's like, I do want to at least talk about, we're not going to spend too much time on the list. Like, I don't think it's, you know, I think the theory is good. Also, shout out to Steven. My boy Steven, top 32. One of the nicest guys I've ever met. And he topped with the first Regenesis deck, so that was very cool to see. Regenesis Kashtira, which was on my rogue tier list. You know, Mermail, Blue Eyes, these were all on my rogue tier list. You know, I think it was somewhat clear to me what decks would be able to, you know, break through with a good pilot. And that's what it is, right? Like, Branded or, you know, Blue Eyes, even to that extent, like, if you're able to be a good pilot on these decks, you're able to still, like, you know, and you have a good day. You know, these things happen. So very cool to see, and shout out to Steven, very well deserved. I saw him on, I didn't know he was a and also he has the Jushaishin, the Cursed Thunder God. This thing is going to be on quick fact, you can pay 1500 tribute 1. So that's interesting. Like, this thing is actually a board wipe and a time card, and I heard this deck was this is basically a time card essentially, which is pretty cool. But it's also a board breaker, right? So what's up, Solomon Yuja? Nice to see you. Also, I totally missed you, Magic Geek, but thank you for resubbing. I think it was for 5 months. My king, I appreciate you. 5 months on the Twitch Prime over on Twitch. Already 5 months so here on Twitch. How time flies, exactly, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today, Magic Geek. What's on the agenda for you today? Congratulations. Also, I believe you got platinum recently on Master Duel. And was that mainly with Branded, or was it kind of half and half with the Salad? Doughnuts, Malice hasn't won a YCS yet, right? Yeah, that is correct. Like, I think you know, follow me on Twitter, of course, but AKX, but I think I like retweeted. Yeah, just woke up. Malice, like, this is Farfetch tweet. Malice seriously whiffed another YCS win. At least that Emancipator had COVID as an excuse not to win an event, which I find pretty crazy, to be honest. That Malice still, yeah, like, cannot win an event, which to me, like, just rings the deck cannot go second, right? Like, you have to have the perfect non-engine, and it's all just like non-engine, right? Like, so I don't think it's actually going to be something that is going to be able to win these events. They can go far, right? But like, they can't go too deep. So I mean, we saw a lot in top A. I think there was mostly Malice in top A, but then it was just Mitsu in top 4. Or no, top 16 rather. I main decked a single Meowls. I ended up going back and forth with the build on either running 2 or 3 Meowls, but at the end of the day, you still have to be able to go first, which I think I was actually pretty happy about, because, you know, it worked out for that reason. When I went first, I saw enough extenders to play through hand traps, and I saw enough cards to go second. I was drawing really good hands. There was only one brick hand, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, so welcome to the new meta, guys. Like, watch my Rogue video if you want to see what other decks you can play besides Malice, Ryzeal, and Mitsurugi. But at the end of the day, those are going to be the decks that give you the best chance at winning the game. And that was your YCS Providence recap. I mean, in terms of the actual event for me, it was, I went with a friend and we drove there 6.5 hours. Let me grab my branded deck. So I didn't change it. I didn't enter any side events, and once again, I don't believe I would change it. Like, I think it's actually quite a good list. I think maybe like little things here and there I would change. I think potentially running the World Chalice fusion for Super Poly might have been the play, because I believe that's just like 3 link monsters, and that just like straight. I think running Garura and Proskinion is good, but you can't clear everything. They're still gonna be able to get Lingaribo access, which isn't that important, but it can mess you up going second, especially if you run things like evenly matched. Now, why would you be signing evenly matched against Malice? But I mean, I have a 1-of. And, like, honestly, I think double board breaker versus Malice is pretty good. In pretty much any context. And also, oh my gosh, look at this. I got this Euro swap. Low-key. Talent Dare Dre Takitan. So good. Look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to switch over the camera a little bit. So give me a second, guys. And then we'll talk about my list and then my experience. And then we'll get into some Master Duel as well. I appreciate everybody chilling with us and everything like that. Yeah, let's do this. Should be fine. Cool. Just cool. So we are going to be talking about. Cool. That was a quick enough transition, right? That was a quick enough transition. I just don't like this webcam, but yeah, so where do we begin? So I ran the 60 card build with very minor changes. I posted the video basically a day before Decklist was due, and I think there's always like last second decisions. And that wasn't to like deceive anybody. I think there's like a huge like discourse currently on Twitter talking about just like the spreadsheet drama, and that wasn't like anything to deceive people. Like, I think I just like removed like literally 2 cards from the main deck and then replaced them. Like I mentioned, I think in like the video I had 2 Meowls in the main deck, and then I ended up going to 1 just because I kept doing test hands, and there were a bit too many bricks over a long period of time because of Meowls in the main deck. So that's kind of where I went with that, which I feel like is understandable. But the deck was very good outside of, once again, the 1 brick I had in my last round. And to be honest, I actually still kind of lost the game to misplaying. Because he couldn't OTK me over 2 turns, and I bricked for 2 turns, and then I ended up misplaying, but I should have been able to at least try to play. He did have Talent's Thrust, but we'll get into that. What's up, EPA? Nice to see you. What's Virginia Finest? Charlie is him. Woo. Yeah, no, for sure. Charlie is so good. Very well-deserved win. He's one of the best duelists out there. Dragon Duel champion. So it's just, and he's been grinding for it for a minute now. He definitely well deserved, well earned. And the top 8 was stacked. Like, if you guys watch that's an excellent event to watch, guys, if you want to learn the meta, because the whole top 8 is just like super stacked as hell. It's just like, you know, World's competitor after YCS champion after Nats champion, kind of I think only one person in the whole top 8 didn't have like a YCS win or like a Nats win, basically, or a World's win, essentially. With Ryan, I think Ryan Yu was in top 8, right? I don't know if he was in, maybe he got 32nd, I don't know. Dev 2460, where are some good hits you can hit mouse if you're playing branded? I mean, stopping the Saji, obviously, from resolving is always good, but, without hand traps, you can't. So I think running Meowls and Fuelos is very good against that deck. That's why I think me maining Meowls actually panned out pretty well, or at least siding it too, because if you guys saw, like, there wasn't a ton of Meowls on stream from what I heard. Like, they actually mentioned it, but I think it was actually a very good card for the event, because it's very good into both the Mitsu Ryzeal deck and the Mitsurugi deck, which I saw a lot of pure Mitsurugi players. I definitely did. And, Meowls just like is a great card because it can give you 2 to 3 draws against the Mitsurugi deck. And then we know how good it is against Malice. So, because they kind of have to commit into it. So I only ran one, though. I'm not running the High Spirit for it, so, in the future, I could consider running multiple Meowls and then, a Brigrand, which is the 2500 beast target. And then also I did have, I believe, I think I had double kit in the deck profile, and I couldn't find my second kit in time. And so I had to change the second kit out. But in the future, I definitely would keep the second kit. I think second kit is something we're going to have to test with. You guys saw the list, essentially. So round 1 was against Fiendsmith Chimera, and I won the die roll, which was very, that's pretty good for that matchup, all things considered. So, yeah, it just worked for me, but I just went all the way through with Brandon the new season. Another terrible format. Thanks, Money. What's up, Balram? Is it end or his end that's choppy, or either Twitch or YouTube? Is my mic choppy? Let me know if it's still choppy. Wait, how'd you search it? We aren't searching Meowls. But also, look at this Quem, guys. I must show this off. This is the most insane Quem I've ever seen in my life. We'll talk about this story, but look at that. Found this at the beginning of the event. But, so I played round 1 against Fiendsmith Chimera, which, like, that already told me that Swiss was going to be pretty, like, up in the air, like, honestly, and that's what I kind of saw from, like, most people's experience. Like, it was a lot of rogue in Swiss, and obviously in Top Cut, the good decks just kind of pierced through, like, like, very hard. So, I won die roll, which was definitely a good die roll to win, because if you lose die roll versus that deck, you are probably, with Branded, if they have Diabells, it's not great. But from what I found out from multiple Chimera players over the weekend, Diabells isn't good right now. So most of the Chimera players aren't on it, apparently. It's just not good into the current meta. And so that worked out for me, because game 2, the game 1 I just won. I just made, I think I locked him game 1, literally. And then game 2, or no, I made the lad board. I just did the 1 card Aluber. He had no hand traps. And I made a lad Mirror Jade board. And then I think I had, like, follow up into a Sanctifier puppet combo if I wanted to. And he just couldn't play through, like, 2 interruptions. And I think he, like, tried to play through it. So I knew he was on Chimera at that point. And then game 2 happens. He he makes a super weird board. I draw a Droll, but he has the called by, so I'm like, okay, I guess he gets this game. But then I find out he doesn't have the Diabells when he just makes a Caesar plus Paradise in Graveyard plus, I think it was, what was the other card? he had like he didn't even make the hand rip. He made the Chimera that sends a card to the graveyard, and he had Chimera Fusion set. And I think he had one other card maybe on field that did something, but it wasn't very relevant. He didn't make the hand rip, which was very odd to me. Like, to me, you always go for the hand rip in branded for the most part. You always do. So I would say also, or sorry, in Chimera. So also, so I just drew like Super Poly, and I had like Allure, so I went Allure and drew Lightning Storm, just went Lightning Storm, like destroyed his Chimera Fusion, and then I Super Poly'd for, I think, Stapelia, and then I was able to negate his Caesar. And the thing is, he also misplayed, because he had Fiendsmith in Paradise, and he could have used that on my Stapelia to get rid of the Stapelia counter. So I had enough gas to play through that, but he didn't even do that. So I was like, I guess, lucky in that sense. And then the game was just basically over from there. And that was like first game 2-0, so I'm feeling good. But then I lose die roll versus Rescue Ace Ryzeal. But this was another 2-0. It was like a grind game the first game because I drew a really bad brick. Like, it was like Super Poly, Despian Tragedy, Saronir, Branded Retribution, and like High Spirits. That was my hand. I think maybe after that I drew something that was inconsequential. Maybe it was like a thrust or something. I don't know. I think it was, because then I was able to thrust eventually. So when he only saw the Rescue Ace cards though, so he made SP Little Knight, Turbulence, and 4 set cards into Dream. So so I was like, okay, I'm going against pure Rescue Ace. Word. Like, I could literally be less concerned about this deck, because I think Branded can play through the pure Rescue Ace board. I found out he was on the Ryzeal variant game too, but we'll get to that. And it ended up being a grind game, and I want to like remake the replay for this game, because this was a very like masterclass in how to make Saronir and Tragedy and Retribution work for you going second with a brick. Because a lot of cards can discard, and you can also pitch cards, right? So you have things like Super Poly, Droplet, High Spirits, I suppose. But if you have High Spirits live, it's probably like, you know, you got full combo. And so I had multiple options here. And in retrospect, I think I didn't play it optimally, but given the hand I have, what I did was I went normal summon Tragedy. And then, or sorry, I was able to go Super Poly, make a Garura with his monsters on board, because he summoned a Hydrant off of Rescue. So I was able to get rid of his Rescue Ace monsters on board, which I think turned off some of the effects anyway. So that was good. And then I was able to go into, or normal summon Tragedy at that point. In retrospect, what I could have done was go Super Poly. Or sorry, well, we'll get into that. And then what I did was I went Battle Phase into the SP. And then I just went Garura. I went Garura Beatdown Suicide, basically, into a SP Little Knight, and drew a card. I think that's why I drew off Thrust. Maybe that's where I drew Thrust. And then, which was pretty good at that point. And at that point, actually, I don't know if it was even live. It was live after a certain point. But then I rammed in the Tragedy, and once again, I had... Also, I forgot to say, when I used Super Poly, I discarded the Saronir. So Saronir sent Branded Fusion to the graveyard. I kind of set up the story badly. So when I went Super Poly into Garura, I sent Saranir, sent Branded Fusion because I had Retribution in hand, and I ended up chickening out and not running 2 Retribution, so I had to play this so awkwardly. I should have ran 2 Retribution. That was, you know, I was on that theory and then ended up just like, because I was worried about those Meowls those brick hands, and that kind of discouraged me, but, so I was able to then go, and he didn't understand exactly where I was going with it. It looked like he was pretty unfamiliar with Branded, so I think I was lucky in that sense, because I think a better player would have been able to pick up on the fact that I was setting up Branded Fusion through Tragedy, and he had SP on board. Well, I guess like he couldn't do anything with SP really, but and then I went into Branded Fusion because I pitched the Retribution, right? Or sorry, because the Tragedy is in Graveyard at this point, because and now I can go Tragedy since it's just another Retribution, set the Branded Fusion, and then I went Branded Fusion, and you know, I just like basically outgrinded him from there with a brick ass hand. So yeah, no, that's like one of those things where like I almost want to remake that replay, because there's a lot of hands in Branded that actually are quite playable, but a lot of people don't see the lines, and that was a quite playable hand going second, even though it was like Tragedy, Saranir, like Retribution, like, you know, it got you to Branded Fusion and broke the board, so it did what it needed to do. I think Allure was pretty good, all things considered. Definitely didn't regret that. I don't think I regretted the monster lineup whatsoever, to be honest. Once again, I would probably run a second kit, but like, you know, I'm trying to think where I'd even fit at this point. I think like it's a really tight balancing game, like the build I'm using, because I'm running the Mulcharmies in the main. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let me put this up a little bit as well. Cool. So yeah, and then Super Poly was just incredible. Like in theory, it was the best card in my deck, and in practice it basically was. So in the future, I definitely will consider going down to 50 just so I could always see the Super Poly and like always see the Fubalos. But I think Droplet was pretty good as well, all things considered. Yeah, no, like I was able to break his board and then give myself Branded Fusion outside of a brick, which a lot of hands let you. Like I'm gonna use that as an example, because I've had that come up in multiple games, and it's like something not a lot of people talk about with Branded. It's like real, like Branded's all technical play, and once again, if I just had played better, I think I would have done better. But then I went in third round I played Odeon, pure Odeon, lost die roll. He Featherstormed me game 1, and then game 2 he went evenly and also called by my banishment for Lad, so I couldn't Omni negate it. So I was just like, okay, dead. And Featherstorm needs to get banned. Like we saw that, like I'm pretty sure the top list had Featherstorm in its side, right? Like at 3. Like this card is genuinely a stain on the whole game right now. It's easily the best Floodgate, and you can make it just off of Castel. It was a huge oversight by Konami. I think it was a huge oversight by the whole community, to be honest, because no one was calling for Featherstorm to be banned. I think I might have like once or twice, but nothing too serious. You know, I'm not gonna say like, oh, but like, yeah, no, I was pretty happy with this list, all things considered. To be honest, like it is one of those things where, so then game 4 or round 4, I went against Sean Killian. Shout out to Sean Killian. I'm pretty sure he has a YouTube channel. Very, very, you know, popular, competitive duelist, because he's on the, I guess popular, I don't know if that's the word, but like he's on, you know, he's featured on DB Grinder a lot for money matches. So he's quite a good player. And you know, he was nice, and he was on Malice, and then I lost die roll. So in game 1, I just didn't have any non-engine. I had a lure, so I still tried to play into things, but he was able to like go draw 5, make whole board, and without Fulos, Meowls, or seeing Super Poly Droplet. Like if I had Super Poly, I definitely had a chance that game. But I didn't. So just not seeing anything, I was just like, okay, I guess I die. And that's where, like, running the second Meowls might have came up, So, and then game 2 is where I lost because I misplayed. So he Perulia'd me on a high spirits insulating hand, which meant I had to give him 2 draws to play around Imperm. I was like, I'm just gonna play around Imperm because maybe that was also incorrect because I'd like Kit Cartesia and he Perulia'd me on like the draw phase high spirits to play around Droll. And and so I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just playing into Perulia, gonna give him 2 draws, what's the worst that could happen? Well, he drew fucking Fubulos. So yeah, I give him the 2 draws off a Kit and Cartesia that resolves. I get my Branded Fusion with Titanclad and Graveyard, and then I go Branded Fusion, then he Fubulos is there. I'm like, okay, whatever, I make Sanctifier, and then, he's up a card at this point. And I'm like, whatever, okay, I'm just gonna pass. I think I have like Branded Retribution also in my hand, so I set that. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just make Puppet on his turn. And I think I also had Cartesia on board, right? Because so I could go Cartesia, just like make Grand Wignall on his turn, and then Puppet. He goes standby phase and perm Cartesia. I'm like, okay, no more Puppet. And then he starts doing Malice things, and he sets a card, and this is what throws me off, because like then he goes White Rabbit set TB11, the one everyone's talking about cutting or whatever. And I'm like, okay, so that means if he has a set card, it's a high chance it's the Banish. But I think I just completely, like, this was a testing, like, diff. Because let's read the Banish one. No, he had MTP. Yeah, no. Oh, no. I knew he had, okay, so, like, I knew he had, he sat TB11, so I was like, okay, so he probably has MTP. And then if you control a Malice Link monster, you can banish 1 card on the field. So yeah, he was like establishing bodies. I was just like, okay, I have to go Sanctifier here, make Albaz. And then he won't, and then I could remove his body. So I go Sanctifier, target Albaz Perulia. Why did I target Perulia? Because I'm like, okay, let's give him a useful card. This was like really bad Master Duel muscle memory, and then he ended up chaining MTP. So he did have the MTP. But then he ended up banishing his White Rabbit. I gave him Perulia, and then I wasn't able to fuse. So if I had just summoned Cartesia or something instead, I could have just fused off of that, right? Because like I should have played around the MTP. So I just like literally just I played like shit there, and then he ended up just winning from there because he had because I had no more interruptions, and he got rid of my Branded Retribution before it mattered with SP Little Knight. And then he was able to OTK through my monsters through SP Little Knight, which was funny. And that so that was just like a lack of testing. That was my fault. So we talked about afterwards. He was like, I'm surprised you didn't just wait for me to link off to make a Mirror Jade with Albaz. And I was thinking like I was like, I didn't want you to banish my Albaz. Because if you just establish 3 bodies, I'm like, okay, you automatically make a Malice Link monster here, right? Like every single fucking time if you have MTP, right? So, but I guess that wasn't in the equation. I get right, like it's a lot of resources to just hard make a Malice Link monster with 3 lone bodies. I'm pretty sure Baby Otter would agree with this. How do you see Meowl's game 2 against Malice? You draw it. I mean, it's in my side deck, right? Before we get into the side deck, but yeah, this is the main deck. I'm pretty happy with it. The Droplet Super Poly is great. I would just say maybe like going... Dominus Impulse wasn't that big of an issue. And there's a lot of Mitsurai Zeal, which doesn't run the most non-engine. So like, I think I could take out the Nadirs going forward. especially with all the droll going around, and then going to like 54 or 50. 54, I'd keep the grass. I think grass was great. The one time I saw it, I just like won the game. Oh yeah, and then my last game was against someone who's been on the channel, Sam. And so it was a friendly game, but then it was pure Mitsu, and I lost die roll. I think he won. Then game 2, or no, I won. And then game 2, I broke his board. And because pure Mitsu doesn't set up really that good of a board. And then game 2, he sets up a board and wins. And then game 3, I brick. I'm just like straight up bricked. And he can't OTK me on his turn. And then I'm able to like set a card. And then he's still not able to OTK me, which is funny. And then I'm able to draw Albaz, and I have Thrust in hand, so I go Albaz, and he like does his thing, and then makes Thrust live. And then instead of searching Branded Fusion with Fusion Duplication in hand, I search Grass. What? My opponent has 3 cards in hand. If Ash is... Why would I not search Branded Fusion? Like, I got greedy as hell and searched Grass. I'm like, no way he has Ash. He has Ash. So he Ashes my Grass. If I went Branded Fusion... He ashes my Branded Fusion. I have Fusion Duplication. And he has a Murakamo and like a back row. I don't even think he has a board at this point. He has like 3 cards in hand, right? And like a prayer set or something. And like maybe a purification, I think. I don't know. But I think he ended up using that. But so if I had if I had searched Branded Fusion, I'm like, okay. I'm just like playing through Infinite, right? Because then I pass to his turn. And then I Sanctifier lock him because I have I don't think I had Cartesian rotation, which sucked. If I had Cartesian rotation, it's insta-win. But since it wasn't, it was just like Mirror Jade and a Rinbrum and a Dream, which is still like 3 interruptions, which is probably enough for Pyramidsu. So I just like completely fumbled that game through a brick. We bricked twice and fucking could have won both. I won but one of them and could have won the second. So, at least it was a friend, right? So, like, it's fine, but it was a 1,500 person YCS, too. I was, like, surprised there was, like, a lot of just, like, team kills, but that's okay. And I was out at that point. So, yeah, definitely just, like, you know, the game, I could have went game 3 against Sean Killian and with 3 Meowls, 3 Lancia, 3 Fubalos, right? Like, I'm looking pretty good going second against Malice, I think, with 3 Super Poly, 2 Droplet. But, you know. That is what it is. You gotta play better. Opinion on Metaltronus. It's not good. Unless you're playing the Malice Mirror. Just joined. How did you play us? I only went to round 5, so. 3 steps ahead of video. I'm working meta deck board, test hand, try break, standard board. Yeah, that kind of thing. Moral of Coach's story is that Yu-Gi-Oh is hard. You did well. Yeah, that's the thing though, guys. I like literally lost to like 1 misplay. This is what I'm talking about with Branded. If you just like if you're gonna bring Branded, you have to be confident with it and test. I should have tested more, and that was, you know, we're gonna keep going. I do have the Mitsu deck, and you guys saw those results, and you know, I'll probably bring Mitsu to my next regional or something. But I want to keep playing Branded, to be honest. I detest mirror matches, so, and I think Branded has a really fine spot. Like Sam Jang was 5-0 with Mitsu, and then he lost to Logan Kite in game 3, I think, after bricking, which is like once again, this is always Branded's issue. I think he was also on 60 card. I wonder if GVC will upload it. If not, maybe I could have a. I'll talk to Sam if he wants to come on the channel. What's up, Zeridium? Also, side deck was incredible. It's like everything you need. I had the one evenly just for like another thrust target. Lightning Storm, Feather Duster, they were great when I saw them. These would have been nice against Sean Killian if I didn't fucking toss it. These were great, obviously. Once again, like I could have won that game against Sam because of that. And then 3 droll. I think this card was great though. This card did its job when I saw it. So I think Sam wasn't on 60, he was on 46. What do you mean? Oh, he was on 46, okay. Did he post it? I thought he was on 60. It looked like 60. I love the hoodie, super soft and good feel. I'm glad you love it, Solomon Yuja. I wore that over the weekend. Like I was really happy I was able to see some people who have watched the channel. You know, see some old friends and all that fun stuff. That's like the best part about Yu-Gi-Oh events, frankly. And they were able to, they announced the new support, which I'm very hyped about. So we'll see how that goes. If that makes like Yu-Gi-Oh events more grindable for people, if that brings people back to the competitive scene a little bit. And then, yeah, this was the side deck. Once again, I was like thinking maybe I could run Proskinny or like the World Chalice link over Proskinnion in the future. I just don't think Proskinnion is going to come up enough because I have to draw a Despia, so one Mirror Jade, one Stapelia just for super poly target, and then also grind game. I needed another just like end board piece. Like I don't run Boral, that isn't just Lad, and I run the one Jade, which is kind of scary without the ad lib, I'm not gonna lie, but I just was like, okay, they aren't gonna, you know, there's not gonna be much Cashier Unicorn in the format, and I was correct. Still preferred Chaos Star Source because, you know, the random blue eyes, but then also it's a great board breaker. 2 Grand Guignol was fine. Yeah, no, it's just, that was the list, and we will do better next time. I'm going to try to grind some remote regionals, bring Branded once again, and, you know, try Mitsu. Because I have the cards. I could have brought Mitsu. Probably should have brought Mitsu because Branded, I just couldn't respect my deck enough, you know, with my technical play to actually go the distance with it. Did get a lot of compliments on this. Also, do want to show off this Quem once again. This thing is fucking great. This was my highlight besides just seeing fans. You know, people who watch the channel really just it always like really warms my heart. You know, when people are like, "Hey, your videos helped out my Branded you know, things with learning Branded," and so I got to sign into Biru token, which was funny. But yeah, no, this was look at this. I bought this for $10. I saw this in a binder at like Gamer's Choice or something, or like Grimm's, I think, and I was like, this thing would be like $100 on the misprint page, and I picked it up for $10, so this was definitely like one of my highlights. Maybe not that much, but I don't know, that it just looks beautiful with the PUR foiling actually looking really nice, and then its name is just hella off center. It looks beautiful, honestly. Very happy about that. And then also I was able to, I'm getting it shipped out at this point, but I'm getting a nameless Branded Banishment, then like a super miscut Quem. Just troll and play Mitsu Branded? Hell no. Oh yeah, so prize support. It's really cool that Konami is actually doing. Yeah, what do you guys think about the prize support? Let me fix things before we do this. Yeah, so I retweeted it, and Konami is giving us new prize support, which is pretty cool. They said that there was Billy Break was like, there's going to be more prize support announced. Did anyone catch what they announced for the second wave? Because oh, did I don't even know. Apparently I didn't retweet. Yeah, okay. So new WCQ YCS prizing alert. Check out the new promo cards you will be able to get based on how well you do at the event. Your first chance to duel for these prizes is June 5th and 6th at the South American WCQ. Your first chance at the YCS is August 16th to the 17th. YCS Vancouver. Top 16 gets an ultra rare effect veiler. I'm assuming the top 16 will be reserved for staples. So we'll see like things like Ash Blossom and stuff like that in the slot as well in like future YCSs. I think Veiler is a great one to start off with. It's still relevant and it's a very, you know, coveted card in general. So people are going to go crazy over this. I think this thing could easily fetch like $300 on the secondary market. Maybe it'll go for 300, who knows? Because, or 100, because it's also going to be like a few of them. There's going to be a fair bit in rotation, but we'll see. I would love to see just more value come back to the players for, you know, their time spent. And then also for top 32, or I think this is the other one for top 16, which is a little, or no, this is top 32. For top 32, you can get a pack, a day 2 promo pack, which comes with 2 cards, I believe, which is really cool. And like, this is the first wave. So we got like Gaga Magician, Cyber Dragon, Blue Eyes, Gale, Dante, a lot of classics for like the Time Wizard support, which is cool. And then some, you know, relevant cards, I guess, like High King Caesar, Pot of Desires. You know, some of these other cards are somewhat relevant for other decks. I guess Blue Eyes is too. They have the YCS logo. I'm assuming they'll have, it'll basically be the logo of the YCS that, you know, it happened at. So like, let's just say it was YCS, like Buffalo, New York. That'd be crazy if we ever got that. You know, it would say YCS Buffalo, New York 2025. So that's really cool. So it makes it super unique. And I think it'll give them all like value for that reason. And you like it's really good to see that. Yeah, what do you guys think of the prize support? I'd love to hear. Prize support is a step in the right direction. I agree. Like, this is, I think, a mild step. This is Jeff Jones mentioned it, but this is a sign that Konami is able to convince the OCG beyond just the firewall dragon ban back in the day, right? So we might see things get better in the future, I think, because they're genuinely listening. It's like they have stockholders, right, guys? Like, did we really think that Konami was going to let their game die? Like, I mean, maybe. Like, it looked a little bad. Like, even I got critical because I was just... Yu-Gi-Oh! Looked like a rock that wouldn't move for a bit there, but this is really good. So let's read this Jeff Jones tweet, and then we can talk about it more. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For over 20 years. I've seen a lot, and honestly, I tend to be pretty critical. Jeff Jones, of course, is just like multi-time YCS historical duelist. And he has a lot of connections with Konami, so like he was basically alluding to this being pretty good before it even happened. I tend to be pretty critical, but after sitting with this for a bit, I actually like the direction things are headed, even if I'm not fully sold on the current execution. LOL Card Trooper, which is like a thing where a lot of people, the modern duelists, are like, why the fuck am I pulling Card Trooper in a modern event? Which I agree with, but then I see people like E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Who runs like the Edison RBTs. He's like, this is a perfect way for people to, you know, people who aren't into modern maybe to get into modern. So I like that too. This year alone, we've seen a few major changes. This and new terrible card frame. Yeah, the card frame was a huge neg for the community, but we'll talk about that maybe. YCS exclusive sleeves and YCS metal dice with magnetic case. So yeah, we've already seen an increase in prize support. He didn't add it, but he did. You know, they swapped to Steam Deck OLEDs, which is like an upgrade from Switches, a small upgrade, but it is. The last two are genuinely great. The dice especially feel underrated. Yeah, I agree. The dice are nice. I've sold extra sets from anywhere to 200 to 400 depending on the color, but I don't think enough people are talking about that. I don't know if that's true. Well, I mean, like, I'm sure he has, but like, I was at a vendor booth where I saw the YCS dice going for like $30 or $40, and I was not impressed with that after sale price for top 8 dice. They might be other dice, like, but they were the metal dice with the dice case, guys. So, you know, if dice sold for 200 to 400, that's great. But I was just literally at a vendor booth where the dice were like, you know, where the dice were just $30 or $40. Like, I thought about picking up one, but then I was just like, that defeats the purpose, in my opinion. Like, I don't want to buy prizing that I can win myself for the most part. I want to win it myself, or else I feel like, you know, this doesn't apply to everything, but this is just everyone. But like, personally speaking, I feel like I didn't earn it. And it takes away like the specialty of it, right? Like, but for people who don't want to compete, I totally understand just buying them and stuff like that. The last two are genuinely great. The dice especially, yeah, I already read that. Looking ahead, I'd love to see day 2 packs lean more into gacha style system with chances for cards to be upgraded into foil versions. I also think it's a matter of time before we see top cut alternate art cards, especially with how frequently new alt arts are being announced in the OCG lately. It feels like there's a new one every couple weeks. So yeah, that's very cool too. I hope that means we'll get more alt arts in the future. You know, I think the new Nibiru and like Valor, Cartesia, Albaz, everyone loves them, right? Like, in every new Blue Eyes, all art is great. Like, we don't need another one, but like, it'd be great to get like other ones. So he also said, you know, Jeff Jones, the best part about this for me means that Konami English can actually start convincing Konami Japan of things, which means with more time convincing them, these things can even get better. E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would say this also means that in the future things could get better for sure. I mean, I think it was already, you know, I think Konami TCG is doing really good this year. I think the ban lists have been fairly good lately. I think you know, the last ban list was one of the best ban lists of all time. They're also doing the live streams for the ban list, which is just so much fun, right? For the whole community. The live streams are also great. And also on my other tweet here, you know, I retweeted Ryan Fletcher, another pro player. Konami, hats off to you. Between all the hype and new pricing structure and insane live coverage, something magical slipped under the rug. All top 32 deck lists were published to their blog. Absolutely incredible change. Even better than the prize support to me, which I don't quite agree with. But like, as a pro player, I'm sure it is for him. Like, he just plays for the passion on some level. But yeah, no, like, if you want, we've never, I think in a while, had the top 32 deck list published. So that's like awesome, I think, for the community, because like, it's a great resource, right? Instead of just like gatekeeping with like deck profiles that like may or may not get released. Like, it would be nice to have information out there, at least at an event, right? Like, I think at an event that's sanctioned for the top 32 people who get prizing, it would be nice for these things to be released. So I think that's a great thing for Konami to do. Yeah, and then you even see like Josh Graham, who like I think won a YCS at some point. He, like, I've seen a lot of former Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon players like talk about like kind of be interested in this, and I don't know if this is enough to bring this back, because at the end of the day, this is still crumbs. Like, we still need more, in my opinion, like Starlight sheets or something for like topping. And I mean, obviously that would diminish the value, but they need to make better pricing on some level still. You know, like, Pokemon has just straight up $1,000 for topping, right? Like 1,000, like 1K is a lot of money, right? Plus like trip reimbursement, that's a lot. Josh Graham, Yu-Gi-Oh! Finally doing stuff after 10 years. As an OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan, I really like to see these positive changes. I always wanted to see the pro Yu-Gi-Oh! Player archetype to be a reality. Is it time to come back, Mr. Shocklock? Nope, LOL. So yeah, I mean, it's still not enough for the pros who are making a living off of other games, because you can't quite make a living off of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless you're also doing like, you know, other means in the community to supplement your income. Essentially, there's no pro Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype, so it would be nice to see that. So let's read some chats, guys. I know I was just yapping for a bit. What's up, Enos? What's up, Alex D? Bro, I made an album at my locals. LOL. Everyone's kind of on that. My locals. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's 3. Yeah. Thoughts on Book of Eclipse? I like it for Valor and Imperm dodge. I think it's bad into Malice, so it's pretty unrunnable right now, and you should not be on it, in my opinion, unless you have really a ton of non-engine room, which Branded does not. But obviously, it's like runnable. It's runnable. It's definitely runnable for like the Imperms and stuff. But like, in my opinion, like Super Poly Droplet is just like a bit more, just like coverage, and just like the ability for your opponent not to respond is super big when you run double Retribution. It's really good for these, you know, decks with like Mitsurugi, like pitch the trap, like, okay. What's up, Zeridium? Would you, Maha Rashid, would you consider Al Murduke or Planet Tribe for super poly targets? Yeah, I did mention the World Chalice fusion I would definitely consider. Because, like, just 3 links is really good coverage. I don't think the Predaplant fusion's that good, but I was talking to my friend Adam Prushinowski, who's topped a couple YCSs and very good player. We've had him on the channel before, and he was playing Malice, or I don't think he played Malice at the event. But he played Mitsurugi, but he said he would run the Triumvirate if he was playing Branded still, and he used to play Branded. I think main Masquerade. I'm currently siding Masquerade, but that could be a thing. I think it's just like too much of a tight extra deck. Like, where are you maining it over, right? You're like getting rid of your grind game options. Talked with him about the list in theory for 2 days. Branded is low-key solid. Think Starving Venom could be good for both Malice and Mitsu for banishment to have a searchable super poly for them. What support was announced? Missed that part. What do you mean? Have a recap on how the score went? I mean, which decks you played and how did you do each match? I mean, I just explained it. I'm gonna re-upload this as a VOD, or you could go back in the stream. But I went 2-3 and then I dropped. Yeah, it'll be announced after Nats, says Baby Otter. Oh, okay. What, like the additional prize support? Got it. Got it. Now on platform, Brandon best deck. What's up, Xavier Wolf? Jeff Jones also respects his opponents. Good sportsman. Yeah, Jeff Jones is super nice. I came up to him. I was a little starstruck when I first met him because I just like, I saw Jeff. He was right next to me. We were both watching like one of the top, like the top 32 games at Nats. He was super nice, but like I didn't know what to say. I felt really bad. I was just like, you know, usually I'm a pretty talkative guy, but like, you know, someone you respect like Jeff Jones like that, you just kind of, you know, I'm already a little bit of a shy guy, so I didn't know what to say. So the conversation got awkward, and that was that. But like, he was a very nice guy, very nice duelist. Love him. He's probably my favorite pro, to be honest. Like he's great. I would love it to if Konami started giving out all our high rarity prize cards. To be honest, I think that like a bare minimum stuff. Yeah, I mean that's what they're doing now, right? YCS and above events should be cash prizing or something worth at least 10k, considering many people spend more on the amount for their deck and travel over 1k. I agree. I mean, I think they can't do cash prizing as an agreement with Shueisha. I think that's like actually a thing. Like, you know, Julie Hedberg, like the head of Konami US, basically, relations with Yu-Gi-Oh, was like, yeah, Shueisha doesn't allow us to do cash prizing. So the licensing agreement, right? Because they're just licensing the brand to make the card game essentially. So, it is one of those things that I think will end up, you know, they could give us other things that could equate to $1,000. They could also reimburse like travel expenses, right? You could get travel credit, like 300 in travel credit or whatever, like for topping. Like that would be a really good thing. Malice haters be mad. I mean, I think Malice is perfectly fine in the format. People who thought it was gonna be Malice tier 0, I never said it was gonna be Malice tier 0. I thought it was gonna be a duopoly kind of meta, and then the rogue decks would be able to compete. That's why I made a post Allen rogue deck video pretty early in the format, because I was just like, okay, the best decks last format are just gonna, and these decks that go pretty well into Malice and Mitsu are gonna be pretty good. So, and that's what we saw, right? Like there were some rogue decks that were there, but mostly Mitsu and Malice and Ryzeal. Nug Knight, Alba carries branded with Blue Eyes meta. How did you do at the YCS? We just went over it. It's a lot cheaper for them to print a few cards as well. Xavier Wolf, thank you for always reading chat. You're the man. I appreciate the tip there, the $2 tip. I appreciate you, Xavier Wolf. Appreciate you, my Malice King. So yeah, no, that was a fun little YCS recap. I can also show off some pictures from that we were gonna from the Discord. I didn't post them all, but I think I was able to meet some people who've watched the channel. This was my day one fit. I was like, I was honestly vibing. I think this was like after my second one, so I was just like, oh yeah, we're winning today. I'm branded. And then it all went downhill. I'm also running the dank ritual. I wish my shoes got in there. I had really nice Jordans on, my favorite Jordans. I was wearing the dank ritual sack. This thing's so nice, honestly. I highly recommend just getting like a bag like this for events. I was also wearing my gem backpack, though. It was like way too much shit to have on me. My back was killing me by the end of it. Also the Sanctifier hat and the Mercurier hoodie. And then also I got to meet Hybrid in the chat. Shout out to Hybrid. This was my day 2 fit. It was like really hot out, so I just dipped on the hoodie. And we the Nike column slides. My man was winning like Winamat after Winamat. He won so many Winamats. We're gonna have his deck profile on the channel too. We're gonna do it remote. How would you rate Providence? Like the actual city? I mean, I got to walk around a little bit. We ended up getting like some 2-star motel. I'm not gonna lie, we cheaped out. It was like 120 each, so it wasn't like too bad, but like so the city itself is really nice in terms of like the air quality and stuff. Like because Rhode Island, you know, by the name, it's an island, so there's lots of beaches. It's basically just like a giant beach town essentially. But the weather wasn't crazy good or anything like that, so it wasn't anything special, but I did appreciate the fact that the air was clean. It just reminded me of another, like, you know, I'm from upstate New York. It just reminded me a lot of upstate New York, like if you're around like the waterfront in Buffalo, essentially. Reminded me a lot of the waterfront in Buffalo. So what's up, Legendary Joy? How's it going, babe? Hope you're doing well, enjoying your night. Right now, what is better in the meta, Impulse or Fuelos? I mean, I think Fuelos is the best card in the meta. By far, because you're just like, the card gives you like 5 draws against Malice or they have to stop their turn, right? Or even more. And even then they end on a half board with 5 draws. But a lot of Malice players are taking the Mulcharmy challenge because they can make an end board that you can't play through because no one's running board breakers. Like look at all these deck lists, right? Like let's find some board breakers, guys. Board breakers? Nope. Like, let's see Jib's deck profile. Board breakers? Nope. Like, what are they drawing off of Fuelos? This is like, I guess like Impulse and like Ash and stuff, but like in like Durastorm Magnuma, but like, you know, this is why I thought Branded has like a pretty good, like, you know, overall time in the meta, because it is the best Fuelos deck. You're drawing board breakers, and yeah, board breakers aren't great against Malice, but post side you're drawing like Lancia and shit like that. And then also you have Super Poly, which is once again the best board breaker in the format right now if you have the extra deck for it. Like, it really is. Your opponent can't respond to it with anything. Like, it really gives the agency of the turn to you instead of your opponent, which is how you can break a Malice board, which is quote unquote unbreakable, right? Is only through Super Poly, frankly. Or just seeing, like, I think Droplet also somewhat works, but there isn't, you know, like, let's go to the top 64 breakdown. I don't know where it is, but, like, if someone has it, please send it to me. But it was 50%, over 50% Mitsurugi variants. Like, it was mostly Mitsurugi Ryzeal, I think was 32%. And then it was like 20% pure Mitsu, and then 23% Malice. I think this was either top cut or overall participants. Probably similar either way. So you don't, you know, that's why I'm like, did I fuck up maining Meowls? Because in the future going forward, yeah, I didn't regret it, but like, it didn't come up. So like, I didn't draw it. I only played 5 rounds. So like, it's something that could be reconsidered in the future. Diet Coke is second to water, NGL. Diet Coke is the drink of gods. So yeah, no, the Providence itself was a fine city. Providence reminds me of a place that I would like not have an issue living with there. It just like, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to do in Providence besides go to the beach. Like the actual city, it wasn't too special either way. Like I didn't get to see much of it though because we got there Friday night. So like I didn't get there like usual on like Thursday or something like that. So which is fine. I'm starting to like these quick in and out events, to be honest. These lingering in cities, I just don't like it. I like traveling, but with events it's always stressful. So because you want to do well and everything. Malice loses to itself a lot. Yeah, dude, like, you know, let's do a test hand of this deck. You know, going second, guys, you draw March Hare, you draw Troll, like Imperm, MTP, and then like Malice in the Mirror. How do you break a board, right? Like you're helping your hand traps help you. This is why Malice ended up faltering, because at the end of the day, it has no board breaking capability in engine. You have access code, but if your opponent let you get to access code, they obviously had no interruptions. Like Malice can't play through more than 1 or 2 interruptions going second for the most part, unless they draw super gas. And guess what? That means they didn't draw hand traps. That means your board should be really good, right? So, they, you know, a lot of the time they draw the right hand traps, but like Branded, this is why I like Branded this format, because you can play through these things very easily. Like, so, you know, lots to consider with Branded in the format. Guys, also, shout out to everyone who came up to me at the event. I love you guys. Really did appreciate it. Got to meet Portal Spirit, the goat over here. I think he was taking his own selfie, so. And then also Zay the Prophet. I got to meet a lot of people we had on the channel for like regional deck profiles. It was really cool. Recently, I got to meet Zay in person. Shout out to Zay. Once again, this Quem is honestly just once again my small highlight of the event. This was such a good find. I'm gonna use this Quem until I die, honestly. Like I have the Starlight, I have the QCR, but no, this one beats it all. Also, I do have once again, I do have these ones coming in. A Nameless Branded Banishment. Look at that. Nameless Branded Banishment. It is beautiful. And then also a horribly miscut Quem. There's like only a little bit of a border there. So maybe we can bust, like we're going to start a misprint Quem collection. Yeah, I'm very happy about this too. It's so funny because I found that Quem, and then I was like, and then once I dropped out, I was like, okay, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Like I already found that misprint Quem for like $10. I go up to the first person I go up to with a bunch of binders. I'm like, do you have any misprint branded cards? Because I'm like, these people with a bunch of binders, if anyone's gonna have a misprint branded card, it is them. And he was like, you know what? I think I do. It's a no name. It's that one trap that revives a card. I'm like, Branded Banishment. He's like, yeah, it's that one. I got a no name one. I don't have it on me. Like what's the value on it? He didn't like. I was like, did anyone ever offer you anything on it? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, I just offered him a fair price, and we ended up making the deal. And you know, I just sent out money for it, so he's gonna ship it out. This one I'm super happy about because I love Branded Banishment. It's the Parallel Secret Rare too. You know, when I get to resolve it, I get to resolve blank. I'm like, blank target Albion. And then, yeah, this Quem is also super funny, but... IDK Brand is the best, but it's fun to play. Brand is always the best deck in my heart. Taze Code Talker, to be honest, I think the mouse players need to be on side net conflict, but that's just me. I mean, they have so many different techs they could have. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, if you're on this card, you're behind. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's kind of like what I say with Branded sometimes, where, like, you know, I think at the end of the day, you just have to be a good pilot of the deck. You know, it matters a lot more than your tech choices and just having sound theory, you know. I saw some people on AI Meet You. I saw a DDO on it. Right, like a DDO was on that. And also I really like this spell card monster reborn in the you know, shout out to our man Card Limits. Card Limits has been on this since the card came out. But this card's a pseudo called by the grave, guys, that gives you a body. Target one card monster in either graveyard. Special summon it to your field, but for the rest of the turn, it cannot attack, and neither player can activate its effects. You can only use this effect once per turn. It's also a quick play. So obviously it's kind of like a called by where you could like scoop a card out of the graveyard. It's not completely like called by. I think it's like called by in 50% of situations, but that's still pretty strong on top of the fact it's just a quick play body that can steal a card from the graveyard as an interruption. I think this card will be more popular. It's really underrated. This is going to be on like every single list that of like I make going forward of cards like people should be on. Did you do side events? No. I did one Master Duel side event, and I ended up losing to Maxi game 2 and I ended up playing really into it, and then I lost my die roll against Belfi and Smith. Didn't draw any like can traps. It was against you were at the channel, so GG's to him. Well played. It was funny, we were talking right before the side event. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go do a Master Duel event. He's like, oh, I'm in it. I'm like, oh great. He's like, I want to team kill people, but you know. I would have done way more over the weekend. I just like we had a 7 hour drive ahead of us, so we just ended up you know, leaving pretty early on Sunday. I wish I stayed longer, but honestly I was fine. I wasn't really feeling that great over the weekend. Gotta go out to Boston for the real Northeast experience. Yeah, next time they have a YCS Boston for sure. Say the Prophet. Meowls in the main is really good if you can justify it. Yeah, maybe with like Brigand or... I mean, I think I can justify it enough. I think it's pretty good against Mitsu. Thoughts on Dragon Mine and Branded? I think it's pretty good. I think it's arguably like a really... It's better than like something like Strike in our deck. I disagree. I think the reason it didn't win was because the side deck had minimum 9 cards for it, while Raziel Mitsu only had 3. Well, that's fair, Wallace. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I think that was also a factor. But do you not think like Malice's ability to just not go second is like worse than Mitsu? I think Mitsu's or Malice's main like advantage over Mitsu is that it just plays through Droll better. And the end boards are technically better. But I think like Mitsurugi Raziel, if it goes uninterrupted even through some hand traps, it's pretty good. Also, I would rate Providence like an 8 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Like, that's not even to hate either. Like, it's just not somewhere I could see myself really going back for any real reason. Wallace, I think cash prizes is actually a really bad idea for Yu-Gi-Oh! This is more than enough. This is a good step in the right direction. Why do you think it's a bad idea? I'm curious. Hey, it's Chris, the author guy from Boston. Super cool meeting you, sir. Oh, it's great meeting you, brother. I wish we got a picture together. I wanted to get one. It's great talking to you, brother. Wait, so Book of Flips not the play now? Yeah, Delhi. It hasn't been any of my lists post-Allen. Ceridium, the biggest issue I feel is if you don't resolve Mulcharmy, 90% of the time you're not bringing the opponent's board unless they misplay. I think most of the time you're going to make... Like, without talents being in the meta, really, I think it's, like, 100% correct to just, like, wait until they resolve an effect, right? Or just, like, set bodies. So most of the time you will get a draw nowadays, in my opinion, unless they just, like, end on, like, 2 bodies, right? It's crazy how many hand traps you need now. It's most every deck. Yeah, like, you know, going second against Malice or Mitsurugi, it's really tough, right, guys? So it's... You kind of have to end up running a lot of hand traps. I think even with Branded, you have to run the right combination of non-engine and hand traps, right? That's why I think Fuelos is mandatory in Branded. I don't think Meowls is necessarily mandatory in the main deck, but it is certainly something that we could consider still going forward. Let me pull up my Branded deck here. Yeah, this was, I think, the deck profile list, and then I ended up changing 1 or 2 things. Like, I had to remove the kit Also, yeah, shout out to everyone I saw at the event. Got to see Glenn, got to meet some new people. Shout out to Yvonne, Mermal King, and then also got to see a lot of old friends too, and you know, got to meet people. All that fun stuff. That's always the best part of these events, to be honest. Highly recommend people go out to Yu-Gi-Oh events. They are the best thing ever, honestly. Go out with some friends, family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, you know, whatever. You know, Magic Geek, we gotta get you out there. Sunlight Wolf, my man Kyle wanted to see you. My takeaway from this YCS is that Droll needs to be hit. Needs a hit on the ban list. Even Mitsu is main decking that card. That's how you know the card might be too good. Oh yeah, let's see how well my bet on Droll being in the main deck was. Side deck, main deck, side deck. I guess somewhat main deck. So it's like half and half. Side deck. So like I said, I thought most people would not be maining Droll. I thought they would all be siding it though. I thought like 25% of people would be maining Droll and Top Cut. And honestly, I would like to see how that number panned out. Like, I wish I could do that. There's like an option to search like a card in this breakdown to see how many people ran it. Because if I had to guess, it's probably like 33% from like just going through stuff. But like, yeah, I think it's either in everyone's side deck or main deck. And then the people in the main deck, I think, got away with Murder and Swiss. Because I think Droll, like every time I saw it, was like really good. But once I didn't see enough Malice not to justify. I thought Malice would be too prevalent for main deck Droll to be a thing. But I think, you know, in Top Cut, I think the people not maining Droll, definitely it worked out for them. But then also once you get to top 4 or whatever with only Mitsu, it's like, okay, let's put Droll right back in, right? So it's always one of those things to consider. But yeah, this was kind of the list that we just went through. I once again, I did remove like a kit and a Meowls because I couldn't find the second kit. And what's funny, I found the second kit like the second day. I was like, damn it. I think I did run 3 Thrust as well. I'm pretty sure. And once again, I felt like this list is pretty good. Like, let's just see like these hands going second. Like, I think any hand seeing like Allure or like Thrust or Talents is still playable going second against Malice. So it's just like seeing one of these like banger cards and that still helps you play the game. Like this hand's fine. You go Nadir and just like summon Cartesia and play the game, or you could blind Allure and draw Mercurier and win the game. On this hand, I don't know if I'd blind Mercurier because I still have plays with Nadir, but I could also just set Nadir and then do that. A lot of the time, I think blind Allure is actually kind of worth it if you're going to lose either way. Unwild TV, what's up? How's it going, brother? Thanks for signing my Nibiru token. Yo, John G. YGO. I was talking about you earlier. I was like, I even got to sign this man's Nibiru token. I was like, that was awesome. I was like, this man's going to be resolving MetaGamesGX when he's clearing his opponent's board. He's like, here's the MetaGamesGX special. I swear 2-Kit is sick. Yeah, I think 2-Kit is actually really good because in the grind game, this is why I was only on 1 Retribution in the beginning, because I thought Kit is essentially another Retribution, right? Like if you go High Spirit, which you probably recur back on your opponent's turn, right? You're going to get a Kit on the Crackback, which always guarantees you Brand Fusion no matter where it is. And I had a lot of time where Brand Fusion was just like banished because of duplication and I didn't have a kit in rotation. So that did come up in one of my games actually that I think I don't know if I lost, but nice to see you on Wild TV. How did the regional go on Wild TV? Malice is so fun to play. The possibilities are endless. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Malice, this is once again, I actually like Malice. Like I think Malice's place in the meta is like fine. I think it's a little strong, but like I don't think it's the tier 0 threat a lot of people thought. I just think it's like Malice and Mitsu are quite overtuned for the rest of the format. So it'd be nice if those things got a slight hit. Streaming, you stream while I take a break from Omega. That's crazy. The Matrix is real. Yeah, we're gonna do some Master Duel shortly, guys. Also, Also I didn't main Sanctum. I don't know why Sanctum's in here, but I think this was one of my other options for in the previous build. Kit is as good after you've already used Retribution to get Brand Fusion back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just difficult to justify traveling. There's not really enough events happening within 2 to 3 hours. That's totally fair. Gem Taylor, what are your thoughts on maining Meowls outside of Branded? Particularly in decks that can't use it for discard fodder? I think it depends on what you're doing, because if it's a really good, like if you have engine that can break boards like Mitsu or Ryzeal, I think it's fine. You saw a lot of Mitsurugi Ryzeal run decks in Top Cut run 9 Mulcharmy between the main or side, or you saw some Mitsu Ryzeal or pure Mitsu decks run 9 Mulcharmy in the main. I did see multiple builds like that. So I think like you just have to have a deck with engine that can board break. If you don't, it's not worth it, because what are you drawing? Hand traps that can't board break? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like why in Malice I wouldn't main Meowls personally. Although what is funny is I did hear when I was walking through like the event, I did hear someone say they lost to main deck Lancey. I'm like, damn, someone really did not want to lose to to Malice, right? So yeah, that was the YCS recap, guys. Cyber stacks are fun. Salamangreat is also fun. Brandon likes to discard, so you can discard the Charmies. True, and also High Spirits. What are the odds we get called by to do next ban list in the TCG? I hope not. God, I hope not. Can we get Decklist roast at 50 likes? I miss doing that thing. Maybe we could do that. Let's see. How many likes are we at? 24. We could do one at 60. How about that? We'll do 60. We'll do a Decklist roast at 60. Nugna, I just don't want a deck of waifus. I like dragons better. Well, that's why you play Branded. You get both. So yeah, let's play some Master Duel, guys. Not TFT. Yeah, I do need to like what do you guys think I should do? Because like I don't want to really do locals for multiple reasons. So I want to probably start either grinding Omega or Dueling Book. I'm just like debating, because Dueling Book is such a commitment, and it really feels like I've had this issue. I probably have ADHD, and it's just my attention span does not work well with a game like Dueling Book. So I think like Omega is my only solution. In Omega, I feel like I'll get a little bit too complacent, but I definitely could be like, you know, self-regimented and just be like, okay, I'm not gonna like, because it's automatic simulator, I'm not just gonna go DURF at my next event. I'm just gonna actually use this, you know, get value out of the testing. Like, I know people who only play Omega who have topped YCSs. It's definitely possible. What would you side out when playing in Duster, Storm, and Evenly? Yeah, I guess some people were asking me in that. So the side patterns are, generally speaking, like, going first, you obviously side out the Meowls and then Fuwalos. And then you put in 2 Fusion Duplication, and then 3 Droll. Sanctum was not on my side, but if you do run Sanctum, you can do that over a Droll in, like, in the matchups where it matters. And then... crap. And then going second, you know, depending on the matchup, right? But, like, I think generally speaking, like, maybe 1 High Spirits is being sided out. Definitely the Nadirs. Like, I think Banishment always gets sided out for me. And then you get Maximus. And then, like, Malice, like, Mag can get sided out. I think Mag is fine, though, against Malice. And then always a Mercurier. Sometimes a Brandon wipe, I think it's fine. I think Called By could also go out, but that already gives you, like, a lot of spots. So then you have, like, this, and then, you know, 3 Droll against, like, every matchup in the game. And then like Masquerade, you could always like going second, you could side out Grand Wignall, or going first, you could side out something like Stapelia or like Garura. Actually, it depends, because Garura you probably want to keep for Nadir, so probably not Garura. Then like, you know, you could go from there, like another kit, an opening if you need more space, like, you know, obvious. I don't think you're signing in Droll and Lancia though, so you should have space for everything going second. Like the ratios work out if you use the side deck, at least, that we were just doing. This side deck should also work out with ratios, but the event, the ratios worked out like 100% of the time for side patterns, which I was happy about, because I didn't like spend too much time on siding patterns. But like I'm like so like decent at like actually just like I can just feel out siding patterns a lot of the time with Branded at this point, so it doesn't really matter for like mathematics. Or not, you don't even use mathematics for fucking figuring out siding patterns. I don't know why I said that, but it's like, it works out. Prefer Omega to DB. Omega Grind says Jeb Taylor, it's attention grabbing like Master Duel for the casuals, and it's TCG good format for the competitives. Yeah, I think that's true. No Maxi, even though second is Fulos, that is much better. I'm a noob, by the way. It's okay, Nug Knight. We all start the game somewhere. Maxi is not legal in the TCG, so that's why we weren't running Maxi. In the, you know, there's multiple different formats for Yu-Gi-Oh! Whether it's the TCG, which is typically played in basically everything but Asia, and then there's the OCG, which is the Asia scene. They have different ban lists, and then Master Duel mainly is like the OCG ban list, and both the OCG and Master Duel ban lists have Maxi legal, whereas TCG's does not. So I'm running Fulos and like Meowls to compensate. Like, if I had Maxi legal, I would not even be running Meowls. I'm just mad because I didn't want to play Mouse. I finally did. It's so fun. IMO is a Cyberscape. Yeah, exactly. Bro, you're an Adignister player, Taze Code. Like, I don't blame you for playing that build. It's all on you, brother. Like, you know, that's all for you. Also, guys, we are 5 subscribers away from 11K subscribers. So subscribe if you haven't already. I very much would appreciate it if you want to help support the channel. And I also do love Master Duel, guys. I'm going to keep playing Master Duel. I really enjoyed the last couple Master Duel streams. Outside, like, little pockets here and there, but that's just Master Duel business. I'm going to use the bathroom, guys. I really have to. And then we are going to get the grind on. Also, this build, what? Okay. Oh, no. This was the build after game 2 and 3 for my... So this is actually not what needs to be in there. There's a few things we're going to cut. But I'm gonna be right back, guys. Yeah, we can just do it like that. All right. What did I take out for Masquerade? Probably double Jade. New season time, guys. Loving the Sinnoh music? Me too, bro. Like my favorite generation, I think, at this point. Oh, I meant to play around Droll. My bad. Droll is not real. That's fine. Thanks for following Domain Format on Twitch. What's up? What's up, YGO Commander? I see you out here. I don't know what this song is, though. What's going on here? Yeah, I'll just, like, summon Quem off of opening next turn. Now I can search an Albaz to fuse off of Cartesia. This was, like, literally the board stay against Sean Killian. Except I had Noah Luber, I think. Droll is not a real card. As a Mermail player, I stand by this. Did you like the Mermail list, Unwild? Also, I'm sorry to hear about your regional experience. I think you said it was terrible. There's always the next one, you know. Okay, we're getting a pressured planet out here. I remember wanting to play Malice, and I saw the price tag. Yeah, I know. I feel that, brother. I mean, wait. Why? Oh, he ashed my Titanclad. I just noticed that. That's interesting. Well, I guess I could go opening and then recycle. Just do this before he, like, does his thing. I'm just like thinking if I want to go. I mean, I'll just like wait until he sticks bodies. Oh, we're going against Tier Lament. Got it. End of main phase is a funny one. Oh, I kind of fucked up on that, but that's fine. Not really. Because then I just get, I just send the Renbrum here. He probably still goes battle phase because of Sanctifier. Me and my cat are watching this right now. Shout out to EPA's cat. I love when decks get carried to Maxi. Droll's usage is inversely correlated with this game's general health status. I've heard that before. I generally probably agree with that. Oh, I meant to trigger the Luber. Whoops. I don't think it matters, but still, like, I guess I could keep that for later, just in case. For a more meaningful angle for that. Wow, can't wait for Kiklos. Hell yeah, brother. Sure. That was quite funny just going for the Kaleido Heart. I should have summoned that in the extra monster zone. Whoops. Why did Merly die for the sins of Kiklos? Because for some reason Spray Elf has to be legal. God, I love this deck. Yay, Baron time. Oh, wonderful. Now he gets to make Kit Part 2. What's up, Dylan Norris? I hate this game. I just don't know what he's ending on besides Baron at this point. Oh, I guess Fenrir. Oh, he has another trap to search. Oh yeah, because he didn't milk crime yet. Oh no, he has Meta Noise. Wonderful. Yeah, this. I love banned cards, letting a deck live on its fucking last legs. Honestly, I couldn't even tell that Merly is banned in this fucking game, with how good tier limit is, because they have Kiklos, Baron legal in Appaloosa. Lost round 1 back-to-back and got discouraged and dropped. That's fair. I know I shouldn't do that, but I struggle a lot with self-confidence. I appreciate you coming on the channel and everything. Everyone loved your deck profile. Was the YCS fun? It definitely was. It's a good old time. You showing up to the NAWCQS domain format? It definitely should be. Because it's an indie, so... This is a highly annoying board that basically plays through everything I have. Oh, and then he gets to SP Little Knight, which is like whatever, I guess. Yeah, and then he just negates... Oh yeah, I forgot. He has 2 fucking shufflers. Why am I even doing this? I don't know, day 105, like, asking for tier limits to get properly hit in Master Duel. I guess they should do Kashtira before that if we're going... Actually, no, Kashtira was meta after tier limits. So they do have to deal with fucking Kick Close before a Rise Heart. Even though both of those cards are, like, maddeningly legal in Master Duel for some reason. It's like crazy how much better the balance the TCG format is. It's just unfortunate that this is the only good simulator for Yu-Gi-Oh! There we go. I don't have my invite yet, so I don't think I really would care if I had my invite or not for going. I just have barely played events this year, so... Louis Aurelio, how do you do at the YCS, brother? Watch your videos all the time. Well, thank you. We explained that before. Didn't do too well, though. I watched for the VOD that's going to get edited up on the channel. That'll be uploaded probably tomorrow. All right. I'm going to make some food, or throw in some food super quickly, and then we'll get into it. Nats is going to be in Indianapolis. Alright, let's get into some games. Are you doing domain format in the chat, by the way? Assuming you'll be at Nats this year, then. feel like it's a real struggle post Allen with how strong some of the decks are now with 1-card stars, especially Mitsu. How is he not timed out yet? I know, right? Sounds pretty good. No, Max C. My stars. Yeah, Konami doesn't... I mean, what were we going to do? Stop playing the One Good Simulator? I mean, to be fair, it's like they want a different format. Like, they're trying something. Like, it's like logical what they're doing with like Master Duel. Like, okay, they want a format that everything can be somewhat playable in. Because like... But I don't know if that works. Like, I don't think that's good design philosophy. These more shit's legal in this format than OCG, dude. Why would you imperm that, Jason Cruz? Come on, Jason Cruz. What are we doing? Yeah, and Indianapolis is great. I highly recommend that. Like, I'm gonna drive there no matter what. Like, it's only a 6-hour drive for me, so, I mean, only, right? But, like, that's pretty good for Nats, in my opinion. I know people who, like, drive 16 hours. These die rolls, I love you, game. Wow, this hand. What are your thoughts on Brandon, the TCG, says Zerdium? I mean, I'm sure you did watch them, Zerdium, but... So you should know how I feel about Brandon, the TCG. But, for everyone in the chat, we are going to... I think Brandon, the TCG, is currently in a fine spot. I think it's one of those decks where you are okay with running it if you do not misplay. And you're very familiar with all the decks in the format. Outside, it's like Labyrinth, right? Like, Labyrinth got top at the YCS last format. I think it could do it again with a good pilot. Brandon's kind of in that same boat right now. Just have to be a really, really fine pilot on the deck. I'm playing less with Vintage Roll with this setup, by the way. What's up, JaketheMtnMan? How's it going? Like, I think branded overall, like, it's tough to go second to Malice, but, like, you are the best super poly deck, so, like, there's no reason you can't go second, in my opinion. No Droll and Lockbird, word. Oh, I'm not running double Mercurier. I have to add another Mercurier in. Sending Albaz there just in case I get ashed, and I can send Rinbrum off of Grand Guignol, so I have an Albaz in graveyard. Now we can just try to in a Light and Darkness Dragonlord line. D&D is 5 to 6 for me as well, I believe, not counting stops. It's not a bad road trip to do. I'd be down to, you know, if you need someone to room with or whatever. Gotta get good RPG. Love branded by room temperature IQ. What should I do? You probably just play Mitsurugi at that point because like the Mitsurugi deck is quite you know, resolving Mitsurugi ritual almost feels like resolving branded fusion, right? Like I still think like I made a video saying branded is very good this format. I still think it is. Like in terms of a format for branded, I think like this is a format where you could see branded top honestly with like a good pilot. I think the theory just has to be there with your build. I think practice, practice, practice. And if you like branded, I think this is a fine enough format to run it in. I'll defs be seeing you lie at Indy. Hell yeah, Jake. We gotta get our invites. Alright, we have a really good board. Yeah, I don't have a decklist function like that because I change my decklist so often, so I don't think it would ever be viable for me to like have a exclamation point decklist. Could have sent high spirits, maybe. Thanks for following ENUFT on Twitch. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We have a pretty clean lad setup. Oh, you already got. Oh yeah, I forgot you said you had yours from before. What's up, Frozo? Just got here. We're playing some Master Duel. We went over the YCS experience before. Oh, god damn it. Not Super Poly. Why would you do it now, though? Because now I just get to banishment. Super Poly, discard Super Poly. Does he have triple Super Poly in hand? There's going to be so much Super Poly resolving this game. Might be a bad take, but I feel like the timer should be shortened a little. No, yeah, I mean, don't nerf us branded players even more. Shit. That was crazy. My man went Super Poly, discard Super Poly, and then quit. You don't need the time for the combos for branded. You need the time for like the technical play, like the actual like skillful part of the game. I feel like if you're taking away time, you're just like dumbing the game down, honestly, on some level. I think the timer is short enough as it is. Like, I think games don't go long at all. And the grinds are fun. I don't know. I just think they should balance their game and remove things like Kick Close and like Snow that add like 50 minutes to each game. Give me 1 second, guys. Forgot to put in another Mercurier, but we'll do that next game. You like 3 brand high spirits more than 2? Yeah, for sure. Bro, what the fuck? Fucking talents. We love hand rips, right? Like, this is why the TCG is, like, way better than fucking Master Duel and OCG with balancing. It's like, this card just, like, ruins games. Like, literally. It's not even the Verte, it's the fucking talents hand rip, dude. Do you think Droplet targeted or something? Like, I'm very confused on this board. Like, the Metalmorph stuff did... Oh my god. The Metalmorph stuff did nothing. Oh wait, does this special it out? Oh, fuck, I hate it. Yeah, we lost. Yeah, it was just talents there. I love getting hand ripped. Very skillful mechanic, Yu-Gi-Oh. I might just have to go to 2 high spirits, though. There's, like, no room to cut it. I know I just said I liked 3 high spirits, but it's just, like, deck building issue right now. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna wash off my hands. What you munching on? Is it pizza? No, it's barbecue chicken. Not today. What do you think about putting in Dragoon? What the fuck am I looking at? Centurion Blue Eyes. I love these piles. Word. Timer would be fine if the damn animations weren't so flashy and slow. It's a fair point. Bruh. Do you know when Malice is coming to Master Duel? If I had to guess, in the next month or two. I think Ryzeal will come before Malice, though. This is a sick board state, by the way. I might still win it. This is like what I'm talking about with like winning through bricks with Brandon. Just banish the Magnuma just in case. Don't want him to like go regained. RPG, it's like swing almost 5 minutes sometime. I mean, yeah, I just think like letting games play out is better than not. Just, I don't know. Now I can finally see that I'm unbranded. Alright, this is where I ripped the branded fusion off the top. Basically did. This is why you play out these bricks if you have, like, a somewhat playable hand, guys. Hopefully Max C is banned before Malice comes out. Imagine trying to break a Malice board through Max C. Imagine trying to go against Malice without Max C, though, with Appaloosa in the game. Like, I think you need Max C with Appo fucking Malice. Appo Malice is I'm not looking forward to. That's going to be a ridiculously good deck. Like, Appaloosa just makes, like, Malice just so free, in my opinion. I don't know. I just see, like, every OCG gameplay I watch of Malice, they just, like, turbo out Appo and then just do combo. Why am I getting fucking drolled? Like, dude, that's so lame. Took out my Albalinatus too. Wonderful. Well, I have an idea to play around this, I guess. Well, I guess I just go Verte. Yeah, like... I always forget when playing the TCG for a bit and not Master Duel for a minute, I'm like, oh yeah, we just have Verte. Verte makes everything easier. And I can play through Baylor, rather. Forgot that Apo AIDS was in the game, yeah. I mean, I think Master Duel would be just far better alone if they just banned Apo Bear and like a Rise Heart and Kikalos are like my pet projects, but even I can like admit it and like just be like, yeah, we don't necessarily need those things to go. I think that there are like bigger fish to fry. So be it, you know, as it were. Why am I getting Ghost Ogred? It's like, okay. I'll just banishment myself back. I'll get the branded fusion and the unfizz. Yeah, I mean, we won this game. Oh, we already have it. I guess we could Retribution set. Generic Omni negates are a problem. I agree. It just takes away creativity from deck building when every deck just turbos out Baron Apo. Like, Tier Limit is so much more interesting when they don't have Baron Apo, because the deck actually, like, you start being able to deck build differently. You know, I think Kikalos also does that, but I think to a lesser extent, I think, like, Kikalos can honestly just go in, like, a year. Like, it's not, like, the biggest concern. Like, it's not, like, Tier Limit's, like, the best deck. I just think that that card's, like, their Verte, except, like, better. Like, I actually think Maxi's needed in Master Duel. Is like, here's my hot take. I think Maxi is good in Master Duel as it stands. Now that's like the caveat, because I think there's just way too many FTK combo piles that can make unbreakable end boards, whether it's like White Forest or like, you know, Malice upcoming and Snake Eye, for instance, and then Blue Eyes. Like, you just need Maxi for these decks or else you are boned. I think Blue Eyes lesser extent, but definitely fucking crushes Blue Eyes if you max see them. What a win, says Jive. Hell yeah. Yeah, those are like some of my favorite wins with Branded, where you like play out of a bad hand. Because the deck's very good at that. Like, I've won literally games at regionals where I drew like double super poly past like game 3 going first and won against full power Infernoble with like I sold. Like, you can make a lot work with Branded. I think I sat Albaz too, so like that certainly helped, but Hey MetaGamesGX, how did you do at the YCS? I was really curious about that. I would check out the VOD. It's gonna be uploaded tomorrow on my recap for the YCS. We kind of covered that earlier. Also mentioned it earlier in the stream just because a lot of people are asking, so I don't want to keep repeating myself. But you know, TLDR not the best. Branded never scared a Max C. There are certain angles where Max C hurts, but for the most part, I agree. Charlie68 legit just needs Max C banned. Just had dual Difulos me and then drew into Max C. It sucks. Yeah, getting double Fulos Max Seed feels kind of like they Exodia'd you, I won't lie. End phase. My favorite phase. As a branded player. My man just quit. It's a hand. Nah, you're good. I'm just like... It's funny because like everyone came in asking me after I did the segment. And like I said, I didn't do too well, and I would just check out the edited video because it's gonna have the full rundown. I should probably banish the Aluber I just noticed. That's a misplay. Yeah, I misplayed hard on that, but that's fine. It probably will not matter. But like, if you get this far in the branded combo, you're probably winning. Yes, we haven't passed the nib angle, but as we know, as any seasoned branded player knows, branded does not really care about Nibiru. I feel like Nibiru is starting to slowly get power crept somewhat, even though it is about to be great against Yummy. We can do some end phase shenanigans right here. Alright, we can get the lad established. Let's see if he has the called by. It's like a really, really, really good board, honestly. If an MD not maxi double will charming me, uninstall so fast. That's totally fair. Here's the really important question. YCS question. Did you get any good trades? Oh, Jake, did you see sadly didn't have too much time for trading. I was just like really kind of bummed out during the whole event, to be honest, for like other reasons. What the fuck is this guy doing? But I did get a misprint Quem that's really beautiful. This guy's annoying. This guy's hella annoying. The fuck is this? Whatever, okay, attack over my Mirror Jade Bozo. Like, sure. That's slightly annoying. Okay. Yeah, I posted in show off. I got a misprint Quem, and then I got a no-name branded banishment. And it's the Secret Rare branded banishment, so looks really nice. That one's being shipped out, though, but he sent me a picture of it today. It looks really nice. Also a super miscut Quem, too, but it's like a PUR hyper name-shifted Quem. It looks beautiful. I love misprints, so it's like that honestly kind of made the trip worth it for me. That like alone, getting that for like $10. The banishment was like not a bad deal either, all things considered. I feel like I probably overpaid for it a little bit, but it's fine. Congrats on getting your 10K. This man is running fucking Neospatians. That's so crazy. With Diabellstar, his whole board goes boom at the end phase. Like, it's over already. So anything he does from here really does absolutely nothing. Oh, what does this do? Is he FTKing me? If he can just FTK me with a Galaxy Tomahawk, I'm gonna be mad. Ellen Manalu, FYI, meta branded player from Japan is winning Asia's Challenger Cup, obliterating Blue Eyes. Makes sense. Yeah, I think Branded has a very good Blue Eyes matchup if you play it well. Samorg. I swear I'm about to get Agave Dragoned or something. Oh, this guy's just wasting everyone's time. Got it. Oh no, not my Guardian Chimera, which has a branded opening in the graveyard to protect it. He could have passed back to priority and seen if I like resolve Mirror Jade before him summoning a monster. Oh wait, what? Mirror Jade didn't resolve? I'm sorry. Like, am I just, like, missing something? Whatever. Does not matter. This is why double Mirror Jade comes up, though. Nice branded loss, dude. He had the opportunity to pop the Lost. Were you the only branded player at the YCS? No, there was Sam Jang too, my boy. And then there was a couple other like MetaGamesGX viewers who were also running branded from what I knew. Not a whole lot though. MJ got negated by Lad. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, thank you. Long ass game. Why aren't you running more Bestials in your deck? They seem good into the meta. Like, maybe I could run another Saronir. It's just really tough to justify with the cards I have in my deck right now. Like, if anything, a second Retribution, but then I start sacrificing my grind game. Like, maybe at that point run a second kit. But then, like, what else do I run? This card has not been coming up that much, but it is a very good grind game piece. How many URs is this? Is there a way to check? I mean, a lot. The issue is with Branded on Master Duels, the whole extra deck is UR. Like, it's not even the main deck that's that much of an issue. Like, the biggest issue with the main deck, honestly, is getting, like, the fusion duplications because you have to buy the structure decks. The extra deck actually takes forever to fucking complete. Drop one Shrouded. I'm not sure about that one, but maybe. Give me 1 second, guys. Don't worry, we're going to be starting pretty soon here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm still not, like, 100% sold on, like, the 2 high spirits. Like, if I run double kit, I want, like, 3 high spirits, to be honest. Because that card's just so good with high spirits. Lost for the win. Intra Fleet just saw that lost play. How did the YCS went? I'll have a video on it, so I'd check that out, but we kind of already went over it. TLDR and Spawn YCS did not do great. But those were for my own reasons. Like, I think I had opportunity to do well, and I just misplayed. Nothing wrong with the actual deck, right? But the reality of this situation is if you're playing a deck not named Mitsurugi, Ryzeal, or Malice, you're having a bad time this format. You're not having a great time this format is actually probably the better way to put it. Like, you can still do things, but, you know, not optimal, not optimal. Maybe just cut Branded Fusion. It just gets ashed all the time anyways. Facts. You know, we need more theory heads like you in the chat. Charlie68. Branded Fusion's easily the best card in the deck, though. No cap. Like, that card at 3 is so free. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it really made me appreciate Branded Fusion once it went to 1, because, like, it just, like, was very obviously apparent that it was the best card in Branded afterwards. No, I played Brandon. You know, I played Ryzeal Mitsurugi at my last YCS, so I figured that this one I'd play Branded. So I'm thinking for Nats, you know, I'll probably still end up playing Branded, but I really should be playing Mitsurugi if I want to have like the best chance at winning. But it just doesn't feel the same. I do love Mitsurugi though. Not gonna love the mirror match. Also, not having Albalinatus is gonna hurt here. Like, I forgot. I took it out during my Master Duel side event. Forgot to put it back in. That's really funny how called by, I guess, solos this deck. If he plays like this. Ash Blossom's fine there. I'd much rather called by this fucking Spirit Dragon every day of the week. Just chain the high spirits and get more value out of it. Except Titan Cloud for end phase. Board breaking. Yeah, we should definitely win this game. What do we want here, though, is the question. Thoughts on Sacrament Dragon? Does it have a spawn branded? Yeah, when that's the floodgate, right? Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need to run that when Dragon Tail comes out so we can actually have you know, an end board for that deck, I guess. I mean, it would have been Albaz if I have Albalinatus, I think. Because then I could just get free Albalinatus off of this and keep the called by. Oh, I do. Oh, did I fuck up my fucking sequencing? I am one card down now. I guess I did. Yeah, this isn't... Oh, fuck. I need one more card for this to not, like, be terrible. I mean, I have to do this. You think about the new Albaz fusion? Oh my god, dude. This deck is so annoying. So fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I misplayed somewhere, but like, I think we're still fine, technically. Just thinking if I want to pop this or not. Probably not. What did he reveal before? Blue eyes in hand, so he doesn't have much. Yeah, we'll just do this. Oh. I guess that didn't really matter too much, huh? This deck is so fucking good sometimes, I hate it. I just lose from here, don't I? I mean, we'll see what happens, but... I mean, Drill Beam's just such a... like, I just don't win with Drill Beam in rotation. Like, unfortunately, there's, like, no way I win this fucking game state now because he's just looping Drill Beam on my, like, low advantage board. So I had to use fucking High Spirits. I feel like there's a way... I needed, like, one more discard there. Him also having fucking Called By was, like, hella... or whatever that card was. He had, like, Asher Called By, I forgot. Yeah, he had Called By for the Lubellion. So it was, like, one... I was, like, one card down the whole time. I'm gonna give it like one more game, honestly, but might be getting off early tonight, to be honest, because these Master Duel games are not enjoyable. Oh great, we get to go second against 60 card pile. Let's see how this goes. Oh, my favorite deck in all of Master Duel. Do you have a guide for branded? Yeah, I mean, just check out my channel. I have a how to play branded playlist, and there's, you know, my guide. Just check out the channel. It's all there. I have a like 5-hour guide to branded. I'm planning on making an updated one, but that one's still pretty good. Just replace the puppet with Ido. Did you run into any memento? I did not. It's very good though, I understand if you're running it. If I get spanked in the main event, I'm gonna do my best to get a giant card, fair enough. Thoughts on Nadir Servant? Pretty good to play through things like Impulse. What? No, you can have it. Yeah, I just state how much fun of a card Kikkalos is. I'm probably the biggest Kikkalos hater on the internet at this point. The amount of times I have to lose die roll against this deck and just like watch my opponent like play for 300 their full 300 seconds and then get an additional 30 just to use all of their interruptions. Or they just FTK me half the time. Okay, now I think I'm actually being FTK'd. Nice Appaloosa, dude. What is this end board? The fact he has both shufflers in the graveyard is a little concerning. So I was like, why didn't you just make, you should have just made Garura. Is this the FTK deck? No, I think he's just playing Lightsworn Tear and making an unboard. That's like terrible. Oh wait, why did I send that one? I'm so bad. I thought I didn't have a Luber in the graveyard. Yeah, I guess that works. I also kind of forget about fucking this thing. Thing's actually kind of annoying. Mirror Jade gets over Psychic End Punisher, or it doesn't, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it, like, just doesn't for some reason. But someone might want to confirm. This is not a great line, honestly. I kind of fucked up my line. Oh well. We live and learn. We live and learn. Actually, yeah, it's like fine. That's why I thought. Yeah, that Jade does get over Pep. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I just like, I remember like someone cheated me once saying that I didn't. And that kind of fucked me up on that one. I guess I destroyed that. Yeah. I'm on like no time already. That's so crazy. It'd be funny if Appaloosa like lost for costs. I mean, I could have, I probably should have searched the Mercurier, but he has double shuffler. Like, he's gonna get it through anyway. Also, thanks for following on Real Light. Bro, this fucking timer. God, I hate this thing. I don't know why I sent that. I should have probably sent Branded Retribution. Those are pretty good draws. That's so funny. He has to chain his shuffler there. Why does this deck have so many bricks? What deck? What's up, Swizzo? Nice to see you, dude. What's up, King? What's up, Monster Hunter King? I might just like play more. I don't know. That last game was like, I don't know. Blue Eyes. I shouldn't let Blue Eyes discourage me. I'm sorry. What are we fucking targeting? Definitely just fucking Saranir, right? Fuck it. Whatever. I can't target fucking. Oh yeah, Roll Kalos is not it. Forgot. Yeah, this was like a misplay. That's fine though. Oh, they're up to. I forgot. Okay, the shuffler. It's been a while. I haven't played tier format in a minute. Oh well, I have the other Magnuma. That's why I'm like, it's like probably fine as long as he doesn't have another card. I was just like super greedy on the Siren here. No, no, not the Havnus. He got a Fairy Tale Snow, so now he can make a rank 4 if he so chooses. I hate Fairy Tale Snow. That card needs... Oh my gosh. Haven't played Monster Hunter in a minute. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm good, how you doing? I'm doing good, just got back from Providence. Doing the Master Duel Gauntlet. Oh my gosh. Last card Thrust. Like, what's his even searched? His last talents? Yeah, that's what I thought. To, like, draw two? Or is he gonna take to try to OTK? Of course he draws an extender. God, I hate this deck. Holy fuck. Okay, so yeah, I definitely misplayed on the Saronir. But... I don't know, like, Thrust is Thrust, dude. I just have zero... oh, he... Did you just die to time limit? Time limit win. Let's go! You're done for. You're done for. Oh my god, I love tier limit, man. They just play themselves into time. If you grind against them, that's so funny. Yeah, I guess the double Saronir is probably a nice little call here. Drew both Banishment and Fusion Duplication in my opening hand there with no way to use either of them. Oh, I need to put an Albulinatus. Also, I think a Nib might help to draw off of a Max. I've been kind of missing out on that little tech there. Take a Thrust for that, and then what for the Albulinatus? I mean, Double Jade is fine. Maybe like Stapelia. I don't know. I feel like you need the Stapelia, though, for Snake Eye, though. For Super Poly. Okay, I guess I'm taking out one Mirror Jade, and then we put an Adlib. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. Take out maybe one Foolish. Finally, someone lost to time. Yeah, no, it's actually like more satisfying than just cracking a tier board, watching a tier player lose to time on Master Duel. That might sound mean, but like, hey man, Kikolos is a mean card, is a mean ass woman. Just gonna use the bathroom quickly and then we'll play another game. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go, but I'd like to say maybe another hour at least. Alright, let's get it. So pretty good going second hand. It's acceptable. Oh my gosh. Oh, not Cartesia to resolve. Branded fusion. A 60 card branded, hell yeah. This man's giving me a few draws. Golden Sword Soul. I can Magnum it. I mean, I guess Gwignall does trigger, to be fair, but that's fine. I get another Bestial. Nice branded mirror match. At least he made it simple. He made it easy for us. Uxum with the W's in chat. W. Yeah, that Cartesia didn't know really what it had it going against it there. Yeah, it was like I could have banished Golden Sword Soul too, but I think just like getting that Albion was like way too premium. Oh, we finally won a die roll, folks. Word. I love playing through Droll. I too am a fan of doing this. Sure, that's fine. Nice Blue Eyes deck. It makes me think he doesn't have Imperm because he would have Impermed before the Purge. The guy still had plays. I mean, I was going to answer all of his plays, though. Like, because I search another Bestial, and then whatever his Quem would revive would not be... would not do anything, right? For that reason. It's a pretty good unboard against Blue Eyes, all things considered. Super Polymer Courier. Plus Renbrum setup. And Crackback with Retribution in the graveyard. I mean, that's true. He would have had Golden Sword Soul, I guess. But, like, he would have had to have something to summon, right? I guess Cart would have been in the grave, so... But then it's like, what is he doing? Just looping Gwignall? It was a little bit of a quick surrender. That's why I was like, oh, I'm glad we got this out of the way. Oh my god, Drill Beam Hard Search. Get the fuck out. I can't wait to Super Poly his ass. God. actually. The most... This card needs to be banned one day, please. Oh, wait, why didn't I send Rinbrum? I misplayed. Oh, well. Yeah, I high-key misplayed. So if I lose this game, that's okay. He's still at... Okay, whatever. Yeah, if I sent Rinbrum, I was, like, in a way better position, but he apparently didn't have anything, so that's okay. Bro had to search his ether barrel, and he didn't. Saw you at the event, tried to say what's up. Next time, I guess. Maybe I had my headphones in, honestly. If I didn't hear you, my bad. I don't bite, though. I love meeting people. It's like my favorite part of events. Fuck. Actually, funny enough, this is still like combo. Sure, you can do your Snake Eyes Ash things. Wow, Snake Eyes Oak, we're daring today. Normal summon Poplar, that sounds about right. Definitely dropletting the ever-living shit out of this. You guys will see how you can... Like, Sarnier's so good at unbricking hands with, like, Droplet, I swear, and, like, Super Poly. Actually, so premium. Because now I send Branded Fusion to the graveyard, and now Fusion Duplication is absolutely live, and so will Branded Fusion Duplication. Or sorry, Branded in red. I'm assuming he's gonna link off here. I kind of want to make MJ. Wait, why didn't he didn't use Poplar effect, excuse me. No. No, that was not his turn. I refuse to believe that was the Snake Eye player's turn with 5 cards in hand. Oh god, what has Snake Eyes been reduced down to? Okay, that's fine. You can, sure. Yeah, I think Lubellion is like worth it. Like 150% of the time here. Like, he can get his 2 draws. He probably has a lot of hand traps, to be fair. I should have chained Block Tragedy. It's fine. As a Snake Eye player myself, I'm disappointed in him. Oh yeah, what's up, RJ? How you doing, bro? God's strongest Snake Eye player right there, folks. Sure. Why would you do that there? Now I just banish his Druid Swarm. Does he just like really want me to not banish his Lingribo? Time to dodge every Valor imaginable. Kind of surprised he used Maxi there of all places, honestly. I could reset the branded retribution if I wanted to, so I'm just thinking, do I go branded red and make Quertus? I just don't. If I had an Albaz in graveyard, that would actually be a pretty good line. I have like infinite time though. And also Mirror Jade resets next turn, so like. Well, I could fuse off Mirror Jade. Yeah, I mean, I don't kill him this turn. Either way. I don't like this thing being in graveyard. Oh, you know what? I just misplayed, but we are fine. Yeah, I probably should have done it the other way around and then set retribution. Yep. I don't know. I just could have done it a lot differently, I think. I don't like that. See, that's where I'm like, I should have set the retribution. Like, not saying the retribution is going to be my downfall here. He already has OSS, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought he was gonna do that. It's like, okay. Now he has called by for Cartesia. I guess that's fine. Okay. I have to do this here because if he links off into Moon, then I don't have 2 bodies to kill with Chimera. And you need to have 2 bodies to resolve its effect if you're going for 2. Use 2 on field. Also, chain blocking the Chimera from Ash here is really nice. I just hate how free that Linkuriboh is, because if he just still has like a Diabellus, like he probably has OSS in rotation if he's like, there's no way he doesn't, right? Okay, where was the OSS though? I guess it doesn't really matter, but he didn't even trigger his Poplar at the one game. I feel like that Snake Eye player just like ultra misplayed. I didn't even realize that was our rank up game. Ow. I mean, OSS was there, but I mean, you have to have a face-up card, so. No, yeah, he was gonna link off for Moon. Just made gold on Omega. Let's go. Getting better with Mitsu Ryzeal, but I really want to go for the Ogdo variant after it got the top 4. Well, then play it. It's going to be pretty good. It was on my Rogue tier list. Like, I knew it was going to be good. Very good deck. Lots of gas. Pretty good hand. Do this here so I have a Darken Graveyard for Albion. Alright, let's get that lad set up, boys. Send a Albaz here since we don't already have one in rotation. I'll get that for the Renbrum. I'll need a discard. Yeah, this board's pretty good. Easy game, but we couldn't even see what deck they were on. Nice, 60 card tier limit, bro. With the FTK installed. Can't win all the die rolls, apparently. No, sir. No, sir. Another 50 card deck? Holy shit. Oh, no, that's not 50 card. Magnuma Ash, that's pretty good. Sure. I mean, he just searches Birth, right? And then if not, it's Theosos, so I'll just Ash that. That's why we were on Double Mirror Jade. Oh wait, we're not running Double Mirror Jade anymore, fuck. Oh well. Let this unicorn just ravage my extra deck quickly. Still gets to end on Rise or Shangri-La. Oh, what the fuck? I hate Kashira. Getting Ash on Lubellion is absolutely insane. Like, what are we doing? Time to banish Lubellion for my extra deck. He's going for the 1 Grand Guignol. That's fine. Dude, this guy is so fucking lame. Holy shit. We'll just say the fact he's already ashed me really puts down his options for what he's going to actually draw against me off of Maxi anyways. Why are you going for my spell and trap card zones when I have more monsters? Oh, I forgot I don't have a fucking Mirror Jade anymore. My bad. My bad. My bad. That's so crazy, just like losing to not having double Mirror Jade. But like, whatever. God, I love glue eating cash players, dude. They're my favorite. Oh yeah, it's actually from battle and regular destruction, yeah, so there was actually no point, yeah. I love losing because I can't fit enough options in my extra deck for fucking Master Duel since they let every fucking deck be legal. Just like at full power, like, yeah, Rise Heart's cool, Kikalos is cool. Wonderful, wonderful time for everybody involved. Holy fuck. This does not come up. I'm just taking it out. Oh no, I might just get off. Is the master duel is master dueling, as they say. We've been streaming for like 4 hours, so it's been a good one. I'm just not forcing myself to play through master duel right now. Might play some TFT, but could be interested in that. I once again have to get back into the grind of TCG, but that's neither here nor there. You know, the TCG is fixing shit, so maybe one day we will get... You know, hopefully that means we will get Master Duel to be fixed eventually. You love branded, huh? First time?